So, my name is Laura Godwin. Do me a favor and tell me what cup of coffee you're on. I know that my husband usually has a lot of coffee, like 4 or 5 cups every single morning. And so I'm just curious. I don't really like coffee. I'm more of a tea person, but sometimes I need coffee to get me going. So what cup of coffee are you on? 2, 4? More? I know you're drinking coffee right now as you're watching me. Okay, so I'm crazy excited to chat with you today, and I am pretty passionate about my topic, so I'm going to jump right into it. I am going to chat with you guys about building your sandcastles because they're watching. We're going to talk about what that means and how it applies to you and how it will help you earn your toes in the sand in Mexico with us this January. So, wow, some of you guys are making me super jelly. You said the Starbucks word. That's one of my favorites, right? So, I'll tell you a little bit about myself personally and a little bit about myself professionally, and then we'll jump off into the hardcore training. So, again, my name is Laura Godwin. I'm a superstar director from Georgia. You probably picked up on the Deep South accent already, right? But a little bit about me personally. Oh my gosh. So I'm a former elementary school teacher. I've been married for 13 years to Marcus. I call him Big Handsome for those of you that follow me on Facebook or Instagram. My little handsome is Luke, and he is 11, you guys. It blows my mind. Everybody always warns you when you have a kid. They're like, oh, eat up this time, cherish this time, it'll pass, you'll blink and they'll be in high school and all that. But I'm telling you, even though I really took those words to heart, I'm serious, like it's happening way too fast. I'm sure all of you guys feel the same way though. So let's see, I'm fur mama to some rescues. In fact, all I own are rescues. Gus is my miniature schnauzer. And Mordecai is our tabby rescue. He's a big fella. I think I'm feeding him too much. Tobbleton is our most recent rescue. And yeah, so my fur kids, let's see, I'm a homeschooling mama. I taught school, so I told myself, hey, I taught everybody else. I can teach my own, right? And I did not know what I was embarking on. Teaching your own is a hair more tricky and more, crazy than teaching everybody else's sometimes, right? But let's see, I don't really have any hobbies. I always joke around saying that if I were going to take up a hobby, it would just be naps because they are cheap, free. They make me feel wonderful. Like if I have an extra 45 minutes, I'd rather just crawl in bed than to actually try to knit or sew or whatever people do for hobbies. I have started collecting Rae Dunn. That is something that's kind of new. I've never been like a collector type person. Willow Tree was probably the only collector type stuff that I ever did. But I'm obsessed with Rae Dunn. Any Rae Dunn lovers watching? Give me some Rae Dunn love right now because I am seriously, I'm battling a mild obsession. Pretty sure there's going to be like some kind of therapy needed for my Rae Dunn obsession. Anyway, I do love it. And then, okay, so yeah, I'm trying to think of all the ways I spend my time other than Scentsy. So my motto for my entire life has always been to not sweat on purpose. For real, that's been my motto. Don't sweat on purpose. And so this last fall, I decided that my husband has been so generous with coming on board in the Scentsy world. Like he helps me order, package orders, sort orders, stamp things, label things. He's so diligent to watch Luke whenever I'm at an event or at a training or whatever, and so I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to come into his world a little bit and do something that for me is a little bit out of my comfort zone, and that's CrossFit. So I took up CrossFitting, you guys. It's crazy. I didn't just jump into like a gym. I jumped into CrossFit. But it's been enjoyable. I go to boxing classes too, which is so weird for me that I'm doing any kind of like physical crazy exertion. That's not me. Okay, enough about me. Let's see, professionally, I'll give you some about me. This month, I'm celebrating my 9th centiversary. Yeah, so I started as a kidnapper 9 years ago, February 2nd, 2009. Crazy. And I'm a superstar director now. I always tell everybody I joined with no retail background, none. No, I've never waitressed. I was super introverted and shy and really kind of socially awkward. Maybe I still am. But, you know, I always tell my new recruits, I'm like, dang, if you've waitressed and you've worked retail, you are miles ahead of where I was when I started. And so, anyway, yeah, so let's see. Yes, Edie Ann, I was Shining Star 2016. What an honor. Still doesn't even feel like that really went down. Wow, just really huge honor there. And I've earned every single annual incentive trip since I started Cincy. I cannot even tell you, for somebody like me that's like I have zero salesmen in me, like not even a tenth of me is salesman-y, but and I'm awkward socially. Like I have every reason to not have succeeded with Cincy, but I did. I've earned every single annual incentive trip, and I can't even tell you some of the amazing memories that I have, all because of Cincy. Let's see. It's always so weird to talk about like myself professionally because I didn't get here by myself, and so it's like it feels a little weird. But anyway, I'm ready to jump into the training, you guys. Okay, so let's do this. So my topic for you is building sandcastles, and I would just like for us to, for this brief little time together, I'd love for you to just pretend like every time I say building sandcastles, I'm really saying building your Cincy business, okay? So just help me with that, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun and have some tangible tips that you can wake up every single day and implement into your business. Real stuff, genuine, authentic, real stuff, okay? So I'm just a bit curious because I know I'm talking to people from all over. Who's really ever built a sandcastle? Be for real. Who has really built a sandcastle? I'd love to see in the comments if you really have or if you really haven't, because I get that not all of us live close to a coastline. So I'd love for you to share with me right now if you've ever really built a sandcastle before. Okay, so I'm telling you, and for those of you that have built one, building a sandcastle is super fun, but it is a lot of work. Maybe because of the sun and the wind, and you're already kind of like, you know, in that R&R mode, and then, you know, your kid says, hey, Mom, let's build a sandcastle together, and you're like, but this beach towel feels so good, and I was almost about to drift off, but okay, we'll do this. Anyway, it is hard work. I want you to remember that as we go through today's training together. But let me tell you what has helped drastically in the Godwin sandcastle building experience is having a shovel or a cup. A shovel and a cup make a ton of difference when you're building a sandcastle. Trust me, I have experience in this area. So I want you to think of trying to build a sandcastle with just your hands, or trying to build a sandcastle with the help of a cup or a shovel. Now I want you to think about your Cincy business. So many of you guys watching me are trying to build your Cincy business without any help. What I mean is that you don't have a good mentor that you look up to, someone that you allow to grow you. Now, I want you to think about your mentor in a way as a cup or as a tool. Your cup and shovel doesn't build your sandcastle for you, and neither should your mentor, whether it's your upline or not. Guys, I've had tons of mentors. I still have mentors to this day that aren't even in my upline. They don't make $1 off me, okay? But how foolish would it be for me to wake up every day and count on them to build my Cincy business? And so I want you to realize how beneficial having a mentor is in your Cincy journey, but I also want you to keep it in the right perspective and realize that, hey, they're just aiding you. They are your tools. They are helping you get the job done, but you still have to do the effort. You still have to wake up every single day and decide to build. So I want you to, starting right now, stop relying on anybody else to help get the job done for you. It's you. See, when you're relying on someone else to get the job done for you, you sometimes will tell yourself excuses about, well, my sponsor ignores me, or my sponsor doesn't take Scentsy seriously, or I don't even know who my sponsor is, or my director doesn't do training calls, or I've never been to a home party before, so how can I know how to do a home party? See, all of these excuses are things that are very valid. They are hurdles for some of you, many of you. But the thing is that the ones of you that want to be in Mexico on the incentive trip, you'll hit these hurdles and you'll not make an excuse. You'll just seek out inspiration in a different form, a different tool. I can't even begin to tell you how many things that we have turned into sandcastle building tools because Mama Godwin forgot to bring a cup or forgot to bring a shovel. But I'm telling you, you can't get the job done nearly as effectively without having. So we've turned crazy stuff into shovels. We've turned crazy things into cups to try to build the best sandcastle on the beach as we can. Don't you dare let a negligent sponsor stop you from getting your toes in the sand in Mexico. Like, I'm getting all like emotional about this because there's no stinking reason why you can't do this on your own. Look at us today. We're sharing, we're learning together. Don't you dare let something like that hold you back. Okay, sorry. Why did I get emotional about that? So, remember that your mentor maybe has their own castle to build. So you don't have to necessarily hound them or even reach out to them. Let me tell you a story. Early in my Scentsy journey, I did not like social media. In fact, I had zero social media skills, and I'm just thinking about this. I actually had, and maybe still have, zero social skills, period. And so, the idea of me on social media it seriously was intimidating, frightening, scary, terrible. And I can remember thinking, but everybody else is doing it. All the people that are where I want to be in Scentsy are on social media and they're interacting with each other, and I gotta get this down. So this is what I did. I found a secret mentor. And the reason I say secret is because she didn't even know, she still doesn't to this day know the role she's played in my confidence on social media. But I watched her, learned from her. I never copied her. You guys, copy and pasting what somebody else has written is plagiarism. It's rude. It's mean. Don't do that. You are a beautiful, amazing person yourself. Come up with your own ideas. I allowed her to help me grow. I watched her. I saw the things that she did on social media that was a success. I saw the things that she tried that didn't really super turn out for her, and I developed my own sense of, just my own path, my own journey. It looked a lot different than hers, I'll be honest, but because I had watched her so well, I had picked up on the things that really worked and the things that didn't. Now, I never ever reached out to her. I really wish now that I had just thanked her for her amazing role in my journey. But she's not in Scentsy now, and she's not even on social media now. Crazy, right? But I learned so much from her. The whole point of this part is that you can grow on your own, sitting by yourself, without any mentors, but your rate of growth is going to be like building a sandcastle in 7 days when you could follow a few mentors. You don't have to message them and get their ideas or message them and pick their brains. You can if you want, but no, you can just watch people like I watched her and you can learn amazing stuff, okay? So, did I tell you guys I was going to give you some 10-second challenges through this? Because I am. Sorry. Now you have to do them because you're watching and you just have to. But 10-second challenges, there's going to be a few and they're going to be really fast, I promise, and not terrible. So right now I want you to realize that you can't grow without others. And Scentsy sisters and misters supporting us it's life to our business. It's the reason why we will enjoy this journey and be successful or maybe not. So I want you right now, 10-second challenge, I want you right now to hit the share button. It should be a little body at the bottom of your screen with an arrow. I think that's it. If you're on a desktop, I have absolutely no clue how to tell you. Find the share button, and I want you right now to share this training with as many people that mean anything to you in Cincy. Even share it with strangers, because you know what? You could be the lighthouse that someone is looking for, and you don't even realize it. So you be that person for them. Share this video with as many people as you want, and continue to share. I love the share button. Many of you guys have probably gotten shares from me, because you know what? I realize that something I'm watching is impacting my heart and my head and giving me ideas to help me grow. I'm going to share that with all of you guys. I'm going to share it with people I don't even know. I just do not appreciate someone that's in it for others, and you can be that lighthouse right now. Okay, so while you're sharing, I want to talk about something else. So we used to live literally like 40 miles from the beach, from the Gulf of Mexico, you guys. You know, what's Beach Hunters? Is that the show? Oh my gosh, I'm being dumb right now. But anyway, on HGTV, yeah, so they say that our beaches are the whitest in the world. And I'm so proud. Every time I hear them say that on HGTV, I'm like, yes, they are. And I've had my toes in that sand. I raised my kid in that sand. Anyway, Navarre Beach is our favorite for any of you guys that are just wanting to get a taste of Mexico before we actually all go to Mexico. You can go to Navarre Beach. It's my favorite. You will not be disappointed. It's kind of like slower paced, and I love it. Anyway, so my son and I have spent tons of time at the beach, and being a kid, there were always two things that he wanted to do when we'd go to the beach, and sometimes we wouldn't even really get unpacked before he would say these two things. And I'm like, kid, give me some time. Mama needs to sit, you know? Walking in that sand is tough. Anyway, but he always wanted me to bury him with just his head sticking out, and he wanted to build a sandcastle. And we would spend ages digging these sandcastles and burying him, and we would dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, and we'd still leave the hole, and then we'd make this beautiful sandcastle, but then we would leave, and the next day when we would come back to the beach, our sandcastle wouldn't look as fresh as it did the day before. And the hole that I was so exhausted after digging, sometimes it was gone. Like, couldn't even tell where it had been. And I cannot tell you how many times I'm like, it's okay. We've got a good foundation. We'll just dig some more, you know, or we'll just keep building onto the sandcastle, and maybe we'll move it a little bit away from the shoreline so that the water doesn't, like wash it away. But even the wind overnight, and sometimes the rain overnight can, kind of impact how awesome that sandcastle looks the next day. And I want you to remember that just like a sandcastle, your business needs daily attention. There are so many of us that get to the place where we are overwhelmed with something that's happening in our real life, legitimate, real circumstances that need our attention. But then we just kind of get distracted, and we expect our businesses to run on autopilot for a very long time. And then we start whining, complaining, and getting discouraged because our sandcastle, our Cincy business, doesn't look the same way it did 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago, or even 2 years ago. It can be the prettiest sandcastle in the world, you guys, but if you're not giving it some consistent attention, it's not going to look so perky the next day. It's going to probably maybe not even be in existence after a week or two. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, being a Cincy girl or a Cincy guy takes consistent effort on your part. And I want you to know that every single day you wake up, you determine how big and how beautiful your sandcastle is going to be. So right now, 10-second challenge. This is something that I just found out about a year ago. I'm so embarrassed. I've been an iPhone user since my BlackBerry days. Who owned a BlackBerry? I did. When I found out about this. It changed my life, so I'm about to change your life. And if you already know about this, then just go with it and pretend like I was the one that told you. So if you have an iPhone, you hold down that button at the bottom, Siri will come on and you will tell her what to do. She is my slave. I tell her to remind me of stuff. I tell her to remind me of stuff every single day. I love that ability. So what I want you to do is to hold down that button, not now because we're talking together right now, but you can make yourself a note and come back and do this after we're finished. So you can hold that button down and tell Siri to remind you to build your sandcastle every single day at 8 a.m. And she will. And your phone will give you an alert every single day at 8 a.m. to build your sandcastle. Now that's code for building your Scentsy business, but Siri will help you get amazing stuff done. Like, I feel so bad. I put her to work so bad. I sometimes feel like I need to give her part of my commission because she helps me stay on target and on path and stay the course. So I want you to do that. And I want you to be consistent and let Siri boss you around. I love it. Okay, so Luke always wanted me to take pictures of his sandcastles. He was proud of them. I have pictures in my house. I thought about like boring you guys and having some to show you, but then I was like, I'm sure you guys don't really care about all the sandcastles we've built in our little lifetime. But sandcastles, yeah, so I'm so glad I took those pictures. He wanted to have reminders to show Daddy maybe that night or to send a picture to Grandma or whatever. But you are going to be so surprised how many times when you send a picture of you building your Scentsy business, how many people it's going to inspire. How many people it's going to just give them that ray of sunshine in the inside of their soul that lets them know that, hey, one day maybe direct sales might be for me. Luke was always so proud of his sandcastles. We never took a picture of the ones that were kind of messed up from the day or the night before, right? But we would always take a picture as we were building them. And in closing, I want to chat about the people who are watching you. Because the second part of this training is build your sandcastle because they are watching. Who's they? Well, every time you set a goal and accept a challenge and you tell your kids or your nephew or your grandkids about it, your niece too, don't forget her. Every time you set a goal and you tell them, hey, I'm working my tail off because I want to earn this Mexico trip so that I can take myself to Mexico for free. Or I want to take your dad and I to Mexico for free. Every time you do that and they see you hustle every single day, think about what kind of work ethic you are building in them. Think about how proud they are of you. And it may not be something that at 7 or 9 or 11 years old they tell you, but someday you're going to look back and your kids are going to be impacted so much because they saw Mama hustle. They saw Daddy get up every single day and label catalogs or take stuff to work. This is what it's about. It's not for the here and now. You won't get thanked. You might not even see a difference. But one day, you are going to help them get over and persevere through their own challenges that their work may throw at them or life throws at them. Now think about who else is watching. Your spouse is watching, your significant other. Think about the renewed respect they're going to have for you and the Scentsy business whenever their toes are in the sand with you in Mexico. I mean, it's a game changer, you guys. My husband's never been the same since his first incentive trip. Never. It changed so much about the course of our journey. It changed so much about the level of respect he had for Scentsy, corporate, and for me working this. They need to be along on this journey, but it starts today. It starts with you giving them your heartfelt dreams and challenges and working it every single day. Think about who else is watching. What about the haters? Okay, I'm just kidding. But really, think about the haters. Okay, so none of you guys have haters, right? Surely not. All right, so do you know that people that I've known for 9 years have watched my Scentsy journey from the beginning are just now starting to join my Scentsy team? Why? Why are they just now? Why did it take them 9 years to join me in Scentsy? Why did they get in whenever they saw my first trip on the Alaskan cruise? Well, I'll tell you why. Number one, timing for them might not have been right. But another thing is they were probably watching me. And I like to say that sometimes you win people over with the marathon and not the sprint. How many marathoners are about to join your team this spring, summer, and fall because they see your hustle earning a trip to Mexico? Let that sink in. How many? How many people are secretly watching you? You'll never know until they join up with you and say, hey, I think I'm ready to join your Scentsy team. When they say that, you won't ever probably know how many times they watched your picture on social media, or they heard that you were speaking at a so-and-so, or they heard that you were earning a trip and that you earned it. You get what I'm saying? These marathoners are going to be the people that build your business for good. They're going to be the ones that make your paycheck triple, quadruple, and more. But if you're not sharing this journey with them, then how are they ever going to know that you're credible? That's the word I wanted to land on. Credible. So for almost, I'm going to say for 99.9% of all of you guys watching me, being credible is going to be your ticket to Mexico. And being credible, part of that means you're being consistent as well. Because, right, you can't be credible if you're not being consistent, right? So I kind of think those kind of go hand in hand. Being credible is your ticket to Mexico. And I'm going to give you a 10-second challenge to help you pretty much seal the deal on being credible, because that's what people are looking for whenever they decide to buy, host, or join. They want to find the credible Scentsy girls, the credible Scentsy guys. There have been so many times that I've showed my progress. I'm not talking about I'm only $50 away from hitting my goal for this month. Who wants to place an order? I'm not talking about, to me, that doesn't build credibility. That's kind of begging a little bit, and I wouldn't do that too often, like maybe twice a year. I'm talking about being credible like, Mama's got 500 catalogs coming in. Where are my customers at? Or, who wants to place an order? I'm making samples today. Or, who wants to host a party? I have 12 sets of mini testers going to be landing on my front porch in 2 days. I gotta book these things. Who wants in? I need 12 people. That's what I'm talking about being credible. Show people that you're already doing the work and you are needing people to come along with you. You are needing people to help you achieve your challenge, achieve your goal. Remember, being credible could be your biggest technique and your biggest ticket to earning Mexico. So, you remember how Luke wanted me to take a picture of his sandcastles? Okay. And even though he only thought that I was taking pictures of the finished product, actually, I was taking pictures the whole time. Because the building, I realize now, was one of the most precious moments. The building, watching him have his tongue out and his eyebrows down as he was concentrating on making that, door in the castle, or finding the sticks in the woods to make the flags around the castle. That actually, those pictures mean more to me today than the finished product. Deal? So, you ready? 10-second challenge? Are you relieved that this is the last 10-second challenge? Okay, so I want you to take a picture of what's around you right now after we're finished, because I don't think you can if you're watching me from your phone. I don't know if you can or not, but anyway, take a picture when we're finished of your cup, your notebook, your fuzzy comfy socks, your dog sleeping beside you, your cat sleeping beside you. If you're in the car, take a picture of your notebook on your center console. Whatever, wherever you are, take a picture. If you want to put your face in it, fine. If you're like me, I try to avoid my face on every picture, but sometimes I just get over it and do it anyway. But put your face in it. Let people know that this morning and hopefully all day today, you are building your Scentsy business. You are getting trained by top leaders in Scentsy. I can say that, right? I feel like we're all top leaders. I feel like you are too, right? But anyway, you're getting trained by some of the top leaders in Scentsy so that you can take your business from good to great. It doesn't have to be a long post. Just let them know that you're putting the time in to get trained so that you can be a better Scentsy Mr. or Scentsy sister. Let them know that you're in this to win it and that you're trying your hardest to learn how to do things better so that you can earn a trip to Mexico. And then I want you to post it on every social media platform that you're part of, even the ones that are dusty. Go figure out your login and go post it. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't go like crazy, but I would say once a week at least, let them know what you're doing to get your toes in the sand in Mexico. It's an accountability for you as well, but it also, you do not know the people that are watching your team, your future team, your customers, your future customers, your kids, your nephew, your family, your old high school friends. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I will meet someone. In fact, I just met somebody at a funeral a couple of months ago, and she said, "Wow, your Scentsy business sure has taken off." And I'm like, who's she been talking to? Where'd she hear that from? But I asked her, and she'd just been watching my social media journey. And I don't put tons of stuff on my Facebook, on my personal wall. But what I do put, I hope, packs a punch. And that's what I'm challenging you to do. 10 seconds, that's all it takes. Snap a picture. Post it on social media. Tell the world that you're taking your business from good to great, that you're earning a trip to Mexico. And by the way, I want you to use that word earning, because you don't earn something until you start trying to earn it. So I want every single day, I want you to remember that you stapling your business card to that catalog, you're earning the Scentsy incentive trip. Every time you do a home party, as you drive there and you're tired and exhausted and on your 5th cup of coffee, I want you to remember, I'm doing this because I am earning my way to Mexico. I want you to think like that. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys got something out of this. Do these 10-second challenges, and guess what? Don't you dare quit doing these 10-second challenges, because every challenge I gave you today is something that you could do like every other day, once a week, twice a week. All right, love you guys. Bye.